You get lunch breaks as a private pilot. That's amazing. Lunch breaks are great. I only get 30 minutes usually, but ding. A lot of times I like to try to take a nap on my lunch break at times. Like since I've been, I don't know how much time you got, but I'm getting old. So sometimes going for a good walk and I usually eat an apple. Actually, for real, like during my lunch breaks at work, I usually will eat an apple. I'll eat one of these weight loss burritos that I've concocted that have been working very well. It's full of vegetables and cabbage and carrots and spicy. I do make it spicy. But anyways, and I go for a little walk at times. But yeah, man. No and no. No PS5. I don't have a PS5. I'm playing on computer. And no, I don't, VATSIM is like, I know this is like, this can be a very realistic environment for flying, but I don't really feel the need to be that realistic with like something like VATSIM. So I've been sticking with SayIntentions. Same procedures. It's just AI generated, and I don't have to let them know if I'm getting up to go to the bathroom. I can just hand the comms off to somebody else. Do about an hour off. That's great. I think being a full-time instructor, that's got to be great. I guess, especially if you're trying to start a family, I would think. Like, I don't really know your age. I know you have a significant other, but being a pilot. Oh yeah, PS5 crossplay would be great. Yeah, I do have access to a PS5. It's my son's, but I haven't tried it on PS5 yet. I don't know if you can use VATSIM on PS5 because you can't use it on Xbox. But anyways, oh yeah, in the full Microsoft Marketplace, right? Right. Yeah, I don't know what kind of marketplace they have on the PS5. I haven't looked at it yet. It might take a while for it to launch. A lot of times these, like I'll give you an example. FlySimware, which is the page we're looking at right now, this Learjet. There's a new update that's come out for it like a month ago from the manufacturer on their website, but it's not available in the Microsoft market yet. Yeah, it might take them a while for, well, it's probably a different code they have to write for the airplanes and a different way to get it over to PS5. You know what I mean? Because all those airplanes are coded and written for Microsoft, and Xbox, and the operating system's probably very different in the PS5, so they have to revamp all that. Yeah, the Aviator version, yeah. Yeah, the Aviator version is definitely worth it if you haven't bought like everything from Microsoft 2020. Because I believe the Aviator edition gives you all the legendary planes with it. So, but no, I wanted to show this page today because, it's still not available in the store yet. So they said it could be like a week. I was on their Discord yesterday. But yeah, Chicago, I think, I don't know how it is, I would imagine how it is being a pilot and maybe trying to settle down. It's very difficult if you're flying intercontinental and away on those trips at a time. At least now you can, go home every day, and it's awesome. Oh, the F-14 is awesome. Yeah, the one I have, I like a lot. The Heat Blur / India Fox Techo. I don't know if I have it on 2024. Yeah, I don't think I re-downloaded it. But yeah, the one from Heat Blur and India Fox Techo, that F-14 is amazing. It's got Jester in it, and it's got I forget one of the other. It's got Jester, and it's got somebody behind, not Goose, but well, it could be Goose actually. Maybe it does say Goose. I forget what it says in the Rio seat. But yeah, you can click on the screen and you can operate like, there are so many things. I don't think the F-14's in the Aviator pack. I don't remember that ever being part of like a local legend. I thought the Aviator pack just gave you local legends. If it's available, then it's great. Yeah, the F-14's like my favorite plane. All right, so we have our LTU. I tried to find like the shortest, longest flight that I could find. I came very close to doing like a Finnair flight from Helsinki to New York, but this LTU flight, I couldn't find the flight number, but it did have regular service from Frankfurt to Faro. So that's why we're doing it today. So it's like a 3.5 hour flight. Plus, I want to see if there's any difference with these Pratt Whitney engines, because I dogged the shit out of this. Not dog like flying it, but like just said a lot of very disparaging things about this airplane the other day. I'm very pissed that it's a $90 airplane. I said that the other night. The engines absolutely suck. Yeah, PS5 Lite. Well, that's what they should call, like, instead of 1.0, they should just call it like Diet Simulator. PS5 Diet Simulator. It's the low calorie version of MS 2024. Maybe I can get my son to download it and see what his thoughts are on it. Okay, but yeah, I do not think this is I mean, this is a shame that this thing is $90. I mean, and then the other thing that you get with it. Let me get it to pull up. It's good in theory. Let me pull up display capture. I know there's no sound to the game yet. That's on purpose. So it comes with this extended simulation, right? And we have to connect to here. Let's actually log in and we'll connect to this. And that whole thing is just for failures. All right, so we have EDDF. I don't really remember. Oh, I have to download my flight plan as well. Give me 1 second here. SimBrief downloader. Export. Now I can pull it into the tablet. I don't remember what runway we're taking off from today. Let's see here. Tablet, SimBrief. Runway 18. Okay, so it's the one over here. Yeah, we'll park down here if we can. Oh, I just saw heavy. Here we go, B-28 heavy. All right, we'll park there today. I plan on doing the full checklist as well. I have the checklist on my iPad. And from their website, you can just tap on it and it actually checks it off for you. So I'm not going to pull up the one on the tablet. But yeah, I think this plane is a horrible plane for $90. The sounds of the engines are horrible. Like, they really should come out with a Boris sound pack for it and upgrade it for free. Then I think that would be a $90 airplane with both versions of the airplane and the extended simulation that you have available. But man, right now, this is like, in my opinion, I think they really should have charged like $45. Engines were so quiet in the cabin the other night. It was crazy. You couldn't hear shit. All right, I see our airplane. I still think it's cool that they have it available for the PS5. I think that's a cool thing, though. Exactly. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, like you know, the way that they describe these engines when they had the description, like if you go to their website and you like read about the engines, it says how you can hear the wind up and the this and the can't hear shit. Like, it was so quiet. And even outside the cabin, like, you couldn't hear anything. Come on. I think this is stalling because I have live weather turned on. Do I need to turn the sound on? Will that help Microsoft? Here, let me turn the sound on. Does that help Microsoft? I'll put my glasses on, by the way. I want to be able to see the checklist first. All right, let me turn off live weather. For now. I'll reactivate it when... Let's see if that helps. A lot of times it does. This airplane has been taking a while to load in as well, even on a standard livery. So it just rendered. Auto FPS is doing its thing. All right, must just take a minute. But yeah, the checklist is not that bad for this airplane. Oh, big upgrade from the console for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, the visuals, like the clouds and the ground and all that, it's very good on the Xbox. But as far as frame rate and rendering images far away, sounds, things like that, like the PC is much better with that kind of stuff. Having little things here and there to help you out certainly do help, like you know, auto FPS, GPU-Z, and some of these other little things you can download to help. They certainly do help. But yeah, having a PC is great. I've tried playing other games at times on the PC. I lose interest. I just wind up going right back to the simulator. Yeah, it runs great on here. X-Plane runs really good on this PC. I can max out everything on X-Plane. Now it does max out the GPU, but that's fine. I mean, it's fine to max out your GPU as long as your temperature doesn't get too high. Why the fuck are you taking so long today? Oh yeah, I played I think like a half a level of that. Yeah, that was the dude from Grey's Anatomy. Alright, let's try a different gate. Well, here, we'll try it again. We'll do this again. I know delivery is in there properly because I looked at it. I looked at it yesterday. I was actually in this airplane for a minute last night. I came really close to doing this flight last night. Might be something messed up with their server today. But yeah, while we're waiting, this extended simulation thing, you can go in here and set up failures, right? But like, you know, maybe the only way that they could get it to a mobile version was to build it as a separate app. Maybe now that could be, you know, because you can link this to a tablet or a smartphone, like you can with the Phoenix tablet. But like a whole thing just dedicated to failures, but then they don't really walk you through how to fix the failure. That's the problem. Now, if this thing will walk you through it, like I haven't connected it yet, so we'll find out in a minute. Some of their documentation does kind of walk you through certain issues. All right, I'll tell you what. Let me just reload the simulator real quick. Let me exit out and go back into it. 1 second. Still showing is running. Alt-Delete. So simulator and task. I just want to fly Microsoft. We don't have this problem with X-Plane, Mike. It's crazy the difference in starting up the simulator between the two. Like X-Plane, you just jump right in and you're good to go. Might take maybe a minute for the airplane to load. Maybe. Updates are super simple. You just run skunkworks or skunk, whatever it's called. Like it's just it's amazing the difference And I don't know, maybe if we didn't have these procedurally generated terrains in X-Plane, and we had like supposed real world type scenery, maybe it would be different in X-Plane. Maybe. But, you know, I'm kind of okay with foregoing a lot of that, which is why I just never see the value in buying airports, really, or buying trees. You know, like, what was that one developer last year that came out with like life-size trees? I'm like, really? Like, you know, like I understand why it's available, but it's such a cash grab. Are you going to see that tree? You're going to see the tree for 30 seconds when you fly past it, and then that's it. You know, and then the airport, the only time you really see the airport, unless you are role playing, like that you're walking through the airport and stuff like that, that's one thing. But if you're just like getting in the airplane, starting it up, and leaving, then I mean, like, you know, having a donut on a plate inside the control tower is nice, but like, it's like you're not going to see it from the airplane. Like, you know, I know that this simulator makes a lot of money for a lot of people, so I'm not knocking people for hustling. I'm just saying, for me, like, I just don't see, like, I bought some airports, don't get me wrong. And I'm not upset that I did, but I certainly have learned my lesson with that kind of stuff. That's for sure. All right, airplane. So let me do what I typically do. Maybe that was the issue. Let's just pick a whole new airplane altogether. Pull it up. This is a fun airplane to fly, by the way. The Osprey from Miltech Sims. Yeah, see, something's definitely not right with their system today. That airplane shouldn't have sunk into the ground. All right, let's configure this airplane. Not doing low poly cabin. We're doing this one here. Add the livery. DAERX. All right, let's go back to Frankfurt. I'm not used to the simulator not loading. Usually when I get off of work at night and I go to start playing, like, it's like it just loads up right away. All right, let's try the same gate again. Looks like live weather is back on, which is fine. The auto FPS is not running. One thing I can tell you, you don't really have this problem on Xbox either. Xbox usually loads up right away. What? Oh shit. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know if that's a normal thing, but a lot of times on this PC, when I'm in the simulator, I have to, like, exit out of the airplane first, like I did on the other screen, and then choose a different airplane. All right. Your stream is a little messed up. You're sort of in the bottom right. Oh, I know, with my camera. I know. Yeah, my camera's in the middle. I don't know what you're talking about in the bottom right. Because I have display capture on. Oh, yeah. That's because I had display capture on, because I was pulling up the other thing. I was pulling up that little tablet thing to show you guys. Yeah, it's gone now. All right, let me fix a couple of things here. Okay. Roll off. We'll leave city on. I don't really see the value in, too much in this thing. I think it was like 40 bucks. At least for major airports, I don't really see it. But like if you're out like St. Martin, you know, or St. Croix, or maybe Hawaii, you know, places like that, then these tropical sounds, like, you know, they actually sound pretty cool. But like when you're in like a major airport, it's tough because there's already so many sounds. All right, we'll just put on the airplane sounds, I guess. Chase planes still have... No, they do not. They did not save... Oh, did they save? Okay, yeah, it looks like they saved. And then reset view. Nope, that button didn't get saved. Hang on a second. I gotta save this here. Alright, so save position and then assign shortcut. Saved all this the other day. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's right. It's an experimental version. It's not always going to save. That is right. Yeah, oh, I think the game looks great. Alright, and then do I have an outside button? Okay, I do have an outside button. See, you hear on them ducks and shit? That's eco soundscapes. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. It's motherfuckers. I have them all turned off, except for airport sounds. You know what I mean? Like, all right, we'll just turn it off. We tried. All right, let me make sure fly-by-wire is still connected. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. That's my biggest problem with that sound thing that they have from Eco Soundscapes from SoFly. Like you saw, we just put on airport sounds only, and we have ducks and shit. All right, I know I saved a camera for the EFB today too. Let me reset up that camera. I know I set this up the other day, but we have to do it again since we're in a beta mode, I guess, with this. All right, so we're gonna call it EFB. And we're gonna make that right after the pilot. So we have pilot, then EFB. Okay, that's all right. I like that. All right, let's import our flight plan first. Services. Okay, GPU is connected. FS realistic. I haven't heard of that. Let me type that in. I've been looking for other cameras, like ways to do cinematic stuff like that. I thought it was only the FSR stuff, but what's it called? FS realistic. Oh, from Just Flight. Okay, I'll check that out for sure. Alright, so first thing, weather radar off. Oh, hang on, let me turn off the words for the buttons. I found that to be helpful the other night, mainly for the lighting. Just so I knew which one was a floodlight and which one wasn't, but I don't think we really need that today. Alright, radar is off. Fuel switches are off. Parking brake. Set. see here, wheel chocks are on. Gear handle is down. Let's see here, fuel dump switch is guarded. Manifold drain is guarded. Emergency power selector is off. Yep. All right, cockpit entry done. I do, if I like this airplane enough, I am going to upload this whole thing into SayIntentions so I can call them response with the co-pilot, like I have in other airplanes, where I'll say like, you know, Adeline, let's run through the pre-flight checklist. And she's like, okay, Greg. Pre-flight checklist, battery switch. And I'll be like, battery switch. No on. And then she'll be like, external power switches. And I'll be like, on. Like, so, but it's a pain in the ass to upload it sometimes. Because with this one, I think I'm gonna have to type it all in, and this checklist right now, if you do the whole thing, it's like 87 steps. This part of the checklist here. All right, engine, APU. Actually, hang on a second. Before I do any testing, let me get some lights on here. All right, so we have engine, APU test. Let me just make sure that we get that warning on our system down here as well. I can just see it light up. Yep. Okay, so it shows up there. Master warning, master caution. All right, fuel used, we need to reset that. Down below, no, it's up here. I'm trying not to use the help assistance that comes with it. Fuel used. I know there's a reset button. This is quantity test. Fuel used. All right, flaps, ground proximity. Might have to get the tablet out on this one here. Yep. All right, give me 1 second. I don't want to be searching. Well, first let me pull in our flight. 1 second. We don't really need to do this, but I want to. I want to run through the whole checklist. So I didn't really do that last time because we got stuck on the tablet and had to hard close the whole thing. All right, so under checklists, here we have fuel dump switches. It's got sim brief, yeah. It does, but it doesn't pull it. You can't pull the flight into the FMC. Not that I could see. I couldn't see a way to do it. From the tablet here, you can, like, it's got our sim brief here. You can send a flight plan to the FMC, but oh, you can send a flight plan to the FMC. Hey, maybe that's new. I don't remember that the other night, but yeah, it's got sim brief built into it. And Navigraph for the charts. We can go right here. You can do view departure charts, and it pulls up the airport automatically. So here's let's see here. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but I was trying to scroll up, but yeah, it has it. Alright, manual test. Okay, cargo fire. I don't need that. I need fuel switches. Fire engine handle. Fuel used. Yeah, right here. Where's that button at? Oh, there's the stupid button. I knew it was around here somewhere. Alright, so that's now done. Alright, annunciator lights.
Overspeed.
Cargo fire. Let me make sure it showed up down here as well. Yep. Alright, nav switches. Visualization. Alright, let's get our flight plan pulled in, I guess. Oh, it doesn't say anything about that yet. We'll leave that alone. We'll continue with this. Alright. Flight test recorder. We need to hold the button down for 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000. Alright, galley, bus panel. All the lights are out. Those lights will stay on unless you have this. Yeah, I guess GLY is galley, unless you have that external power switch on. Alright, cargo temperature. We don't need to worry about cargo temperature selectors. Alright, FADEC, engine lights. Alright, hydraulic test. Alright, we have a hydraulic reading. Let's turn that off. There we go, now it's closed. Alright, electrical panel. Manual light. Electrical panel. See something here. What are they talking about? It's manual light switch. Oh yeah. That light's out. Okay. So that's what they mean by the manual light. Alright, smoke. Alright, that all looks okay. Drive 1, 2, 3. Generator block. Okay, all that is guarded. Alright, let's arm the emergency power selector. Air panel, manual light is off. Drive 1, 2, and 3 are guarded. Cab is guarded. That is good. Econ light is off. Trim air light is off. Have an outflow valve that is currently open. Air conditioning. Temperature selectors, fuel panel, manual light, that is off. Let's test the quantity. Quantity is good. Yeah, emergency light switch is armed. We're not going to do the seatbelt sign or the smoke signs yet. I'm going to wait until our flight attendants get in. Alright, exterior lights. Let's just put on nav lights for now. A evac panel. Is armed and... oh, actually, it's not armed. Let's arm it. Okay, so evac is armed and guarded. Let's test the ground proximity warning. Oh, that's not the test. That's the override. The test would be down here, I believe. Not one of these? It's interesting. Wonder where that test button is. Let me get the tablet out. We're not doing too bad for just being the second time in the airplane, trying to remember where all these buttons are. Okay, cabin outflow, ditching switch. We haven't gotten that far. Flap limit. Okay, here we go. What? That's not the ground proximity. Is it? No, that's for flaps. What are they talking about? Alright, so that's the evac switch, right? That's what we did. And then the... oh, they're calling that the test. Alright. Well, we'll test it.
Flight slow. Pull up.
That's interesting.
Pull up.
And it has that listed as a flap override.
Terrain. Pull up. Don't
Very
sink.
interesting.
Don't sink.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
low, terrain.
Yeah.
Too low. Gear.
I
Too
could
low,
understand that.
flaps. Too low. Terrain.
It is a
Flight
lot of
slow.
airplanes to learn how to fly.
Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
Alright, AFS panel.
Pull up.
Alright, that test should finish up here in a moment. Alright, flap limit. Oh, that's the section here they're talking about. Okay. Let me, Alright, we're almost done this checklist, I think. This part of the checklist, at least. Alright, cabin pressurization, it's in auto. Alright, valve is open. Ditching switches are guarded. Or not ditching switches, ditching switch. It's extinguished. Okay. Anti-ice. All lights are off. Alright, let's set the altimeter. Alright, let's close up this door here. That's probably through the same handle. Come here. Alright, where's the... how do you get the tablet back up? Alright, tablet. Might have to turn on all the click spots. Sometimes it's one of these buttons over here on the side. Oh, yeah, a little flashlight. That's cool. Okay, yeah, let me turn on the click spots real quick. This checklist is so long. It's longest damn checklist. It's actually not as long as Black Square. Black Square's got like 87. Instrument tooltips. Where does it show? Okay. Or briefcase, ETT. Any place around here? I might have to pause the game and see where I can get this tablet to. Yeah, that's the sunshade. That makes sense. There's nowhere on here to click. Bring the tablet back up, unless they put the tablet somewhere else. Yeah, I don't see the tablet. That's weird. All right, give me a second. Let me search where the tablet is. Let's see here. Oh, clicking the USB port. Is that easy? Oh yeah, there we go. Pretty cool. Okay. Come on. There we go. That's all I was trying to bring up. All right, our. Oh, you know, we can get our ATIS from here. Let me send our flight plan into the EFB. We can actually get our ATIS from here. It'll do it in the system here. Let me just plug in our flight real quick. We have LTU 69er. Our cruise level is going to be 38,000. So 380. And we have alternate of LPT. So Lima, Papa Tango. Alright, we don't have any additional cruising levels as of yet. We just have... Oh, we do have 41,000 feet. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I can put in different cruising levels. Let me see here. Let's do 380 and then 410 and see if they'll allow us to do that. Oh, that is very cool. That's very cool. I like that. Alright, we'll finish all this up here in a moment. Let's, what was I coming here? Oh, yeah, to get our ATIS. Let's see here. Menu. ACARS. Pre-flight. ATIS. Let's do, Echo, Delta, Foxtrot. Send. Okay, return. I thought we got a message. Yeah, CDU menu request. Yeah, some of these airplanes have a working SATCOM, at least for basic stuff, which is pretty cool. Yeah, here's our ATIS received, our AT. Ooh. We haven't received anything yet. That's strange. Alright, let's try this from here as well and see if we get a message from either one. Okay, ACAR's message. Here we go. UNH is 10:15. Let's see if we got that other message. That's miscellaneous. We didn't get one for ATIS, which is okay. I didn't really expect that to work. That did work the other day at, when we tried it the other day, it did work, but it might have just been that airport. Alright, so we have 10:15 for now. Let's at least put that in. Oh, I gotta turn the, I gotta turn that off. Those words. Alright, there we go, 10:15. Let me turn the words off again real quick. And we'll pick up where we left off. If you pull and hold the little white knob next to the... Oh, I know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it seems like every airplane you have to do that. Some airplanes you have to push it continually. Some airplanes you have to hold it. Yeah, you're talking about this standby unit down here. Yeah. Let me fix that. Very good catch, Captain. All right, let's hold that in. All right, I do have it synced to where the standby unit down here will read the same as what we put up, you know, in our primary display. All right, now it's still showing a menu request, so that may show the whole game. If that doesn't, if we don't get an answer, I don't know if it's going to time out or not. So, all right. So what's next on our? Okay, altimeter is set. Heading. All right, bank selector. All right, let's come up here. All right, so you're on auto. That is a good thing. All right, static air switch. That's probably down. Yep, that's what I thought. Those static air switchers are down this area. Source input lights. All right, so we have... Oh yeah, let me bring up that other menu thing that I was talking about now that we're connected. I just want to see if it'll... Okay, so all it does is it allows you to trigger a failure at or below a certain speed or at or below a certain altitude. So it doesn't, again, it doesn't show you how to fix the issue. So again, with what I was saying earlier, you know, about this being a $90 airplane, you would think for a $90 airplane they would give you some sort of emergency procedures that you can follow. One other thing I want to show you guys too before we continue. For $90, you would expect these sunshades to have noise, right? Like pretty much every aircraft that has movable sunshades, you can hear them. For $90, you do not get any sound. Now the cabin's nice. You know what I mean? But still, man, this is not a $90 airplane. I'll go to my grave saying that. Oh, our light went off. CDU2 menu requests. To get rid of that, you can just go into any system, and then that'll turn off. All right, let's get our departure in here that at least we have planned right now. We need to change it. We'll change it. So we have, let's see here. I always miss it. Oh, it's up farther. All right, that's alternate. I must be going like... Oh, it's right here. Alright, so for departure, we have... runway 18... to Lima. Okay, so that looks good. Let's insert that. And then let's get down to the bottom and just put in the arrival we plan on. Not so much the runway if we don't have to. Labu 8 Alpha. Alright, we'll just leave that alone for now, and let's just get rid of any discontinuities. So we'll click on clear. There we go. And I do want to make sure that it has our altitude and all that in there. Let me see here. So climb. Oh, you know, let's get our weights and balances in there first. We'll get our weights in there first because I think we have to manually set the climb speed and all that, if I remember correct. Alright, gear handle is down. Auto brake switch, RTO. Alright, throttles. Let's make sure that they get
Stabilizer.
Alright, they get their warning. Alright, reverse levers are down, dial a flap. We don't have the setting yet. Let's get our airplane set up. And then we'll get our dial a flap set in. So set fuel and payloads. Okay, performance. Runway 18. Takeoff info. Alright, so flaps are going to be 10. So let's dial it in. We only have a few more items and then we can go to the before start checklist. Let's go down to dial a flap. Oh, by the way, if you're in this airplane and you hear a really annoying sound when you're at like idle while you're flying, turn this gear. You can click on this switch, gear horn. That'll deactivate that really annoying kind of noise that you hear when you're descending and if you have to go to idle. That's just reminding you to put your landing gear down. All right, engine start buttons are pressed in. All right, radio panels are okay. Weather radar, let's test it. Alright, that works. We can turn off the test button by pushing off. Rudder trim and ailerons are set to 0. And ADG is down and wired. So, alright, so pre-flight checks are complete. Let's do our before start checklist. So APU, let's get that started. Come down here to electric. We'll wait for that. Let's get our weights and balances pulled in here. So what I did the other day, it looks like from the forward operating base we have all the info, so I just clicked on each one of these and we seem to be okay. You can check your fuel dipstick. Okay, APU with power is available. Now we do need to go in and there's no way to pull air like weather into here. Like if you go to climb forecast, you have to enter it in manually, which we're gonna do here in a moment. For $90 bucks, it should pull in automatically. TDFI, fucking cash cows. All you just grab money. Yeah, see the next the before start checklist is just turning on the APU. The APU power is on. Galley lights went out. Power and... Okay, so we are fully on APU power now. You did not hear the APU turn on. That is not a figment of your imagination. That is just what happens in this airplane. You don't really hear any sounds like that. We can close the passenger door. EIS bugs. Okay, that's fine. Auxiliary hydraulic pump 1. Let's put that on. What, down here? Oh, it's right down here. Alright, we're gonna do... Let's get clearance before we put the ignition on and all that. Let me, SayIntentions pulled up here. Get our ATIS.
Is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information hotel. Frankfurt Airport, Information Hotel. 1050 Zulu. Arriving runways 25.
Alright, let's get clearance. 122
Departing
035.
Center. 18. Wind 185 at 4. Visibility 10. Temperature 8. Dew point 7. QNH 10.
Frankfurt clearance, LTU 369 are requesting IFR clearance to Faro. We have Information Hotel. Ignition A and B on, and beacon light on. Alright, so we've done all the checklist. We're now ready for the engine start.
Cleared to Faro via the AH Neck 2 Lima departure. Radar vectors Delta Foxtrot 101. Departure runway 18. Initial climb to flight level 070. Departure on 118.505 squawk 3231.
Cleared to Faro, arrived the Nikkei 2 Lima departure. Then it's followed departure runway 18. Initial climb to flight level 070. And copy that for departure on 118.505. LT 369. Alright, so departure should be in there. Yep. Let's get our clearance. Frankfurt departure, LTU 369 requesting pushback and engine start clearance.
LTU 369er, pushback and engine start approved.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on one second. Let me just get a pushback machine. I just want to see if they'll show up. Frankfurt ramp, LTU 369 requesting a tug for pushback. Nose to the left. Yeah, so depending on what your performance says, you can dial the flap anywhere from...
Ground to flight deck, tug on the way for pushback, nose left.
Yeah, all the way, it looks like from 10 all the way down to close to 28, it looks like. Yeah, so you can really have any degree of flaps you want from 10 to like 25, it looks like. Yeah, I've never seen that on any airplane before either. It's pretty cool. Yeah, 10 to 25, it looks like that's the... Pretty cool. Oh, we gotta put in, shit. I forgot to put in our climb profile. Could have been a headache. Yeah, I would think be a headache for maintenance with the amount of hydraulics that would probably have to run something like that. And then, yeah, that I would think that would be rough. All right, briefing plan, roll. Climb profile we have. Okay, so we have. Let's see here, 35,000. 39 by 59. 20,000. I would just do 20,000 by 232. 7. And 10,000 feet. 250 by 30. All right, currently at EDF we have 190 by 4. Temperature outside is 6 degrees Celsius. I don't think this will work. It does work now. Very cool. All right, so we'll put in our excuse me, descent forecast later. Performance. Okay, so we have a flex temp of 59. Is it D-rated at all? It doesn't look like it. No D-rate, just flex setting. So 136, 136, 145. 36, 36, 45. Okay, so 36, 36, 145. Outside air is 6. I don't think it worked here yesterday. That's right, it didn't. All right, slope. All right, let's do flaps and stabilizer first, and then we'll get the slope for the runway. So it doesn't say stabilizer. Maybe it'll input that automatically. It doesn't say anything about our stabilizer here. Nope. All right, that's not what I wanted. All right, services. Let's get rid of the wheel chocks. See, something's going on with SayIntentions lately, because that tug should have been here already. We're just gonna have to do slew mode, I guess, and then turn the engines on after that. Let's go ahead and change our pressure to 106. All right, let's get our runway slope. Okay, runway 18. That's got a slope of 0. That's fine. And the wind right now is 180 by 5. So we have 0, and so we can do 0 slash 5 knots. Alright, and then we have flaps 10. There's our stabilizer, which we're going to have to fix. Right now our stabilizer is not on. Emergency lights. Hey Myra, did you welcome our guests onto the airplane today?
Yes, Captain. I welcomed our guests on board today.
Really? I didn't hear you. I wonder if that's let me check SayIntentions real quick. Be sure that volume is turned up. It should be. Yeah, channel 2. Channel 1. Let me turn channel 2 up more. Maybe we just couldn't hear.
This is what the intercom sounds like.
Yeah, it works. Okay. Alright, so there's no tug. Let's just cancel the tug. Hey, tug. This is LTU 3609. We're still at the gate. We're just going to use slew mode to push back, but thanks for your time. Bye.
Roger, disconnecting tug. Have a good day.
Disconnecting tug. I never knew you guys were connected. It's awesome. Alright, so what did we have again? We had ground 122. What was ground? 121.805. Okay, let's get slew mode out.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee, we have missed approach.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee, turn left heading 040.
Heading 040, Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee. 110, Lufthansa 2 Mike Yankee.
Alright, engine start. So engine number 3, let's pull that. Yeah, I think so. I have chatter turned on.
Lufthansa 901 Juliet, direct Kuguk, cleared for the RNAV X-ray runway 25 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 5,000 feet until established, altimeter 1015.
Descending to 5,000 cleared for the RNAV X-ray 25 left approach, Lufthansa 901 Juliet.
Hang on a second. Alright, so this all should work. Alright, let's try turning the engine on again. Starter air pressure is low. Yeah, that's what I thought. Where is, bleed switch again? Okay, pressure. Oh, right here. Here's an APU switch. There we go. Alright, I can actually hear it. The air circulating now too, so... Okay. Now we should be able to start at the engine. Yep. engines. Engine sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds great. I mean, you got to get right up on this thing to hear anything. It's disgusting for $90. It really is.
Lufthansa 658, climb flight level 280.
All right, let's verify certain parameters are good.
Check for the ILS 07 approach BTLO 220 until established.
Okay.
German cargo 295 heavy, proceed direct Delta Foxtrot
No.
680, cleared for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
No, I wish there was,
20
dude.
knots until established.
I wish, man. Let me just double check, like, hang on, let me double check the settings. Maybe for some reason I like slipped up one day and just turned the sound down on the engines. No, just character voices, other aircraft. Yeah, just yeah, that's it. That's maxed out. I do want to fix the level of that chatter real quick on SayIntentions. Hang on 1 second. Just the volume of it. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's do the next engine. So, engine number 1 is next. Fuel on. You don't have to wait for a certain N2 to flip the fuel switch. It just says engine start switch, then fuel switch on. And let's wait for that engine to stabilize. Oh, we never put the cost index in. You know, I missed that the other day as well. 20, okay. I don't know how I missed that the other day. Insufficient fuel. Now that is interesting. Alright, there's a Kano climb. So that looks okay. We have... Okay, there's our... Oh, very good. It did put our altitudes in. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's saying we don't have enough fuel. That's,
Singapore 25 direct Delta Foxtrot 680. Cleared
very
for the
interesting.
Arnhem Zulu runway 25 left approach, descend and maintain altitude 4,000 feet until established.
Descending to 4,000.
Oh, that's why.
For the Arnhem Zulu 25 left approach, Singapore 25. Lufthansa 579er, climb flight level 260. Flight level 260 for Lufthansa 579er, thank you.
For departure, Lufthansa 656 is climbing to flight level 060. Good afternoon.
We should have enough fuel.
Frankfurt departure identified. Climb flight level 200.
Yeah, we got almost 30,000 kilograms. That's enough.
Tower on 136.5.
136.5 for Singapore 25. Good day.
All right, let's turn the APU off. Let's set our flaps. Figure page. Let's set our stabilizer properly. We should be at like 5.3. Now this is one thing when you're taking off you're gonna have to play with. I didn't the other day and we almost stalled during climb because no matter how far I pushed the yoke forward, we were still like kind of going up. Now I wasn't able to find anything in the settings that I could use to like activate that, so
Lufthansa 582, contact Langen radar on 119.03.
is that so much louder than everybody else? Hang on. Alright, let's get taxi clearance. Frankfurt LTU 369er requesting taxi clearance to runway 18.
LTU 369er, taxi to runway 18 approved.
Let's release the parking brake. Code brake's on. Parking brake is released.
Safety announcement is ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard LTU International Flight 369, departing from Frankfurt Airport to Faro Airport. Our estimated flight time is approximately 2 hours and 40 minutes. We kindly ask you to pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for our frequent flyers. First, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted and unfastened by lifting the buckle.
Oh, he's going.
Remember,
Alright, I'll wait for him to
your
go.
seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Next, please
Departure
return your seat backs and tray tables to the appropriate position.
7 Romeo Mike, Magus 6 Echo departure route, climb,
Boy, that plane just wanted to go around the other one. You see that? It looked like driving on the beltway near my house. That car just went right around it.
Departure identified.
Damn.
Flight level 070.
And they drive crazy in Germany. It's like the Autobahn inside the airport. Except it didn't flash its lights. On the Autobahn, you gotta flash your lights before you gotta pass somebody.
Assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat.
That was pretty wild.
between the seats. To put it on, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked.
It's
There
crazy.
are 2 exits located in the front and 2 in the rear of the aircraft, and the nearest exit may be behind you. In case of evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow all safety instructions from the crew immediately. If any electronic device becomes unusually warm or shows signs of damage, please inform a member of the crew right away. Finally, the safety information card in your seat pocket contains all the details you need. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Runway 18 is all the way down at the end.
KLM 39er Juliet contact Langen radar on 127.625.
127.625 for KLM 39er Juliet.
So before takeoff checklist, runways verified, anti-ice. Okay, stabilizer trim is good. Let's arm the spoilers. Auto brake, we may have to do RTO again. Sometimes that kicks off after we hit the brakes. Flaps and slats are down. Takeoff data is good. Engine parameters look good. Right. We'll do the rest when we get up there. We got to put our landing lights on. Got to put the high int light on. Oh shit. My bad. My bad. We're a bad driver too. See, when you're taxiing, it looks nice to look at airports and stuff like that, right? I mean, that is nice. It does add a bunch of realism to it.
Lufthansa 8 Mike Echo, climb flight level 280.
I'm still not going to change my stance on paying money for these airports, but it is nice to look at. I just think $30, and I know there's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm not knocking the hustle, but
Hotel X-ray Romeo.
Yeah, it is very nice. Yeah.
Clearance to Munich with information Papa.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Man, that guy was a slow talker. I do have the FSLTL traffic turned on today. That's probably why we're seeing such an amount of regional planes and things like that. Looks like a bunch of EasyJets down there. I was really trying to find a Varig flight. I wanted to fly that plane, but that, man, it was so long. Like, it was like Sam Powell. Oh no! Ah! They should have stopped. They saw us coming down the road. They are. They're very crazy today. A bunch of Karens. A bunch of Karens out there running around. Right. Right. I'm sure you've seen your fair share of bad drivers out in Chicago, that's for sure. I'm sure they exist. Bad drivers everywhere nowadays, man. It seems like everybody wants to stare at their phone more than actually driving a car. No, yeah, New York's pretty bad. Seems like everybody nowadays just wants to stare at their phone instead of driving. I miss the days when I was growing up, when most of us were driving stick shifts, and it was hard enough to smoke a cigarette and drink at the same time. Not drink alcohol, but like drink. Like, it was hard enough to smoke a cigarette, drive a stick shift. and drink at the same time, but we did it, and we didn't crash half as much as people are crashing now, man. Everybody wants to just stare at their phone nowadays. No, they don't. And most of the people on the highway, the vehicles they're driving that fast, have no business going that fast. Like usually it's like a real little vehicle or some old ass, you know, minivan or something. And they're speeding down the highway at 90, 100 miles an hour. That vehicle is not built for that kind of thing. Boy, that is a late landing. Oh my God, the whole plane just disappeared. That airplane landed so late, it was almost on the touchdown zone of the other end of the runway. He should have done a go around. Yeah, I talk to people every day, you know, out there, insurance and stuff. So yeah, I see it like firsthand. All right, we're gonna follow these dots. I know we did. Yeah. They have us going around, but we're not going to go around. We're just going to continue straight. I don't know why they want us going down here, but there's nobody coming off the runway here, so we can just continue straight. I'm gonna have Chad control the comms for the most part while we're... Oh yeah, that could be a one-way taxi. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I should have followed the dots. But yeah, I'm gonna have Chad handle the comms while we're airborne, like I usually do. I'll probably control them while we're landing, but I don't know. Maybe I'll control them while we're flying. I don't know. Singapore Airlines, Korean Air, Emirates. I don't think I've ever flown on one of these airplanes in real life. I think when I went to Germany a couple of times, like close to 20 years ago now at this point. Oh, Aerologic, that's cool. I want to say it was a 7. Would have been a 767. I think it was a 777. I don't remember. I think the 777 came out in 04, 05, I think. But I want to say when we flew over there and back, I want to say it was a 767 from British Airways. That's weird as shit. If you ever go on like an overseas trip or flying over a body of water, especially like the Atlantic Ocean, like, you know, at like 3 in the morning, and you try to look out the window and you see nothing, just pure black. It is one of the weirdest like things ever. Like you're like just hoping to find something to reference the ground, a dot, a little light. That's what I'm saying. You can't see anything. It's just total blackness. Just hoping to find a light or something flashing on the ground just to reference the fact that you're still going the right way. There was nothing. Oh, we didn't put our aviator glasses on. Damn. Now I'm like an official pilot. We got our fakey aviators on. our fake aviator, our fakiators. We'll call them a fakiator. Alright. Landing lights on. High int is on.
Departure, good evening, it's Lufthansa 905 past 2000.
Lufthansa 902, Frankfurt departure identified. Climb flight level 070.
It's arm profile mode and nav.
Flight level 210, Lufthansa 906.
Oh, we have to contact the tower. Oh, that's radio check. Tower is 118.70. Frankfurt Tower, LTU 369 are holding short runway 18, ready for departure.
The audio sounds like, and next is what yours sounds like.
Frankfurt Tower,
Alright, tower. 1878.
LTU 369 are negative. Cleared to Faro via the AH-2 Lima departure. Radar vectors Delta Foxtrot 101.
Yeah, I know, I know. Oh, the wrong thing.
Flight level 070. Departure on 118.505, squawk 3231.
Frankfurt Tower, LTU 369er, holding short runway 18, ready for departure.
LTU 369 are heavy. Frankfurt Tower, Rudder runway 18, winds 180 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Understood. Taking my seat for departure now.
Alright, and now since we got most of that checklist out of the way, I'll do the checklist on here from now on out. So before takeoff, we just did all this. That's just toga power. After takeoff, spoilers disarmed, auto brake switch off, flaps and slats retracted, gear up. Okay. I haven't seen that sterile cockpit chime. I usually just chime the flight attendants, but all right, let's go. Yeah, that would be cool. All right, airspeed's alive. 100 knots. And we're already at V1. I mean, what the fuck? Positive rate. You're up. may adjust our stabilizer trim because otherwise we're going to fall out of the sky.
LTU 369 on contact departure on 118.505.
Contact departure on 118.5 LTU 369er. I know. It's crazy.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay. Let's put on the autopilot. Frankfurt departure, LTU 369er currently climbing through 6,000 feet for flight level 380. Alright, let's put our flaps up.
LTU 369er heavy, Frankfurt departure identified. Climb flight level 100, turn left heading 165, vectors to Delta Foxtrot 101, then on course.
Altitude.
Alright, gear up, spoilers
LTU
disarmed.
369er heavy, Frankfurt departure, direct Delta Foxtrot 101, then as filed, please.
I know I need to read that back, but I'm in the middle of something here. Alright, DF 100.
Announcement made. Cabin service will begin shortly. Dear guests, the lavatories are now available for your use. You may also use approved electronic devices in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Alright, we need to get in climb mode. There we go, FMS speed.
LTU 369er heavy, Frankfurt departure, climb flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, LTU 369er heavy. Climb speed is not proper, let's get that fixed. Like, we shouldn't be at 15,000 feet already, by the way.
LTU 369er, contact Langen radar on 119.03.
Contact Langen radar on 119.03, LTU 369er heavy. Langen radar, good morning, LTU 369er heavy, currently climbing through 18,000 feet, flight level 380. Alright, let me flatten out our climb a little bit. Alright, and that's our FMS speed, so let's get up to speed. And then we will re-engage our climb. I know we need to standardize the barometer. I'll do that in a moment. Okay, now we can do profile mode. All right. Yeah. Did you guys see? Climb flight level 380, LTU 369er heavy. Like, there's no way we should have got to L1 that fast. I mean L1. We should not have been at V1 that fast. It was in a, like, instantaneously we got there. I don't have this on 2x speed. We are on normal speed. I think we're on normal speed. I'll even put that at 1 just to double check, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would think for $90 that there wouldn't be any mistakes. It's crazy. It really is. It's a shame, actually. I do like being able to hide that. That's nice. Yeah, for this price, it should have been immaculate. Like, it should have been a Flight Factor style. Like, I almost wish I bought the Flight Factor 757 instead, which is the next plane I'm buying, the Flight Factor 757. I've already made that decision. Yeah, we'll have to go. I'll have to go back and replay the stream later and see exactly, like, that was instantaneous. Like, I barely, like, I know we have 3 engines, but still, like, alright, so we are in climb mode, passing transition altitudes. Let's set our dial a flap at 15. What's up, buddy? That's Chad Skybro right there. The one and only from SayIntentions. Alright, so after we reach transition, if
Frankfurt clearance, good afternoon. Lufthansa 868 with information whiskey. Request 5 persons.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Lufthansa 868 is cleared by the Mura 85. Correction, Mura 80 departure, expecting runway 18, initial climb flight level 070. Departure 118.505, Mach 5343.
High 9020, climb flight level 310.
yeah, I was looking for the chime for what's it called? For sterilization, but I didn't see it, so I usually just hit the all. This airplane could be very good. Like, if it had that Boris audio pack, it probably would be a really good sounding airplane. But man, it's just a shame that you can't hear any of the hydraulics. Really, you can't hear the engines winding up. And it's right on their webpage. Like, I almost want to... Oh no! How do we have a door open? What the fuck? How does that happen? That's got to be an error. That can't be right.
Nina Papa Delta contact Rudder on 133.725.
Okay, that's not correct. I don't think. Hang on. Okay, yeah, there's no door open. I was like, man, how'd that cargo door get open? But yeah, it's a shame it's so quiet. Like, I know this airplane wasn't this quiet in real life. Like, that would be impossible. And, you know, if this plane was really this quiet in real life, this plane should be called the Whisper Jet, not the Bay 146. I have live weather turned on. Yep. That's all off. Wow, that was fast. Alright, we are at cruising altitude. There's some traffic. And who are we talking to? Langdon radar.
Langdon radar, Lufthansa 7 Yankee Yankee, request descent to our destination, Munich.
Lufthansa 7 Yankee Yankee, contact Munich radar on 125.14.
Dear guests, we have now reached cruising altitude, and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. Today, we are pleased to offer you our delicious chicken salad and refreshing fruit juices from our menu. After the service, selected items from our onboard shop will also be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
There's resources, memory, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm only at like 85% of my GPU right now. It's not low. Like... Alright, so... let's see here. Langdon radar, LTU 369 are heavy requesting a new cruising altitude of 1,000 feet. Yeah, see, I have auto. I'll have to share my screen again in a moment.
369er, climb flight level 410.
Climb flight level 410, LTU 369 are heavy. Let me get Chad to handle the comms for a while. Hey Chad, good to see you again, buddy. Will you mind handling the comms for a while?
Yo, Greg, you got it, bro. I'll handle the comms from here on out.
My man.
Altitude.
My man, Chad Skybro. See, I have, let me share my screen again. Oh yeah, why is it doing that? Why is it doubling up like that? That's weird. Oh, I know why it's doubling up, because I made it smaller. Hang on, transform, fit the screen. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, auto FPS, where did it go? Oh, I don't even see it running right now.
369er, contact range control on 121, decimal 075.
Switching to Reams control on 121, decimal 075, LTU.
Alright, let's do VFR mode, maybe that'll help things out. See, they have these expert options that are available. I've never really fucked around with those. I've done it at times where you match the FPS counter with what it says in the simulator.
Reams control, L2 369er.
Wow, see, my frame rate went down to 15 when I put it on VFR mode.
Level 410.
Let me switch it back to IFR. I was getting better frame rate without the...
LTU 369er, Reams
without this one. Let's turn off VRAM Plus.
Identified.
Huh, that is very interesting. I was getting much better frames per second. Yeah, let me turn off... do I have GPU Z on as well? It is the... yeah, no, textures definitely work. It's just... most of the time when you have auto FPS on, you can't really adjust those values. That's the thing. Yeah, let me turn off... let me shut that down completely. A second here. right, there we go. Now I'm at 60.
Speedbird 40, Rams control, descending to flight level 220 from flight level 270.
Speedbird 420, Rams control, identified. Good afternoon.
Descending flight level 130, Speedbird 420.
Speedbird 420, descend flight level 070.
Okay. Let me, I still have GPU-Z open, I think. Yep, so we got GPU-Z. And let me open up Auto FPS again. Let me see if it makes any changes. Usually the frames rate is really good. Like the other day when I was flying, I was at like 60-some. It could be this new update, which could be. See, I'm in a test mode of Auto FPS. Yeah, see, that only gets 8 frames per second. So, okay, so that's the problem right there. It's the Auto FPS. So that test mode is not good with this 2024. All right, so Auto FPS is off. Let me make sure our graphics didn't change, because they probably did. Nope. Okay, all that still looks okay. All right, very good. All right, now we're back at like 70 frames a second, and our GPU is only at 70, roughly 60, which is okay. I mean, I don't mind when it goes to 100, but it's okay. Or 99. Yeah, while we're cruising, let's pull up their page and look at all the nice things that you're supposed to be able to do with this airplane. Unrivaled realism.
Dear guests, we have now reached cruising altitude, and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. Today, we're excited to offer you our popular chicken salad and refreshing fruit juices from our menu. After the service, selected
We'll let
items
Mara finish.
will also be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, so this is true. But I did not hear the iconic whine sound yesterday. I didn't hear, like, the high pressure oil. Like, I didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything with the engines. It's a lie. The visuals are nice. It's a very well put together airplane. Like, the systems work well. Failures work pretty well. Like, we had a failure the other night when we were landing in, oh, where did we land? Was it Dallas? Yeah, we were landing in Dallas, Fort Worth. We had no flaps at all. We had no flaps control, so we had to do some emergency procedures. See, the thing that these emergency procedures that they have, like I'm saying, like, they don't really show you what really to do. Like with EMDG, to give you an example, they have. Let me see if I know I have it here. I just don't know if I have it saved as a link. I may have to go in my Outlook account and look it up real quick. Yeah, I think I need to. Alright, give me a second. Let me get into my aviation. Okay, 730. Here we go. So I have this emergency PDF from this 737, which I keep open pretty much every time I fly a 737. And in here, it tells you what to do. Like, it gives you the play-by-play on what to fix. Like here, like, if we have, all right, here's one here. So engine cowl anti-ice, right? Condition: if an engine cowl anti-ice duct overpressure occurs, here's what you do. Disengage the auto throttle, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, that doesn't exist for TDFI. So when we were in here the other day, like, I was looking under hydraulics, you know, like, we had different failure alerts, you know, but it didn't say anything about hydraulics failing. It said flaps. And I looked under flight controls. See, I mean, the only thing I saw was where it said select flap limits override, but that didn't, you know, it didn't try to fix the hydraulics. Like we really couldn't. And the only thing I'm thinking of maybe that happened, maybe, and it could have been user error, which is possible. It could have been that I didn't have on. I didn't turn on auxiliary hydraulic pump 1. Maybe, I don't know, I'd have to look. I don't know if that's the brake pressure hydraulic system or if that does the flaps as well. But that was the one thing. Oh, we're in the yellow here. Alright, yeah, let's reduce our speed a bit. Oh, I got it. Never mind. The yellow is the limits. We're at 61. Never mind. Never mind. All right, let's run through our systems, make sure everything is okay. Hydraulics look good. Electric looks good. Air looks good. A little warm in the cabin, but that's okay. We're just getting them ready for getting to Faro, Portugal. Miscellaneous and status. I was thinking we could click on that. That would be pretty cool. Alright, one thing I do want to see here. Let's come back here for a minute. Just want to see, because I was able to get the ATIS for Dallas Fort Worth the other day. Let me just see if I can get this one here. This one, we are going to hang on, let me share my screen again. Display capture. Oh yeah, Wings of Redemption. If you guys know him, he wanted to come by and say hi real quick. Here's what Wings of Redemption has to say.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Oh, I like Wings of Redemption.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Oh, I think I'll like the 757 a lot too. I think that's going to be a fun airplane. Yeah, I'm definitely, because I was really going to buy that instead of this, and then I saw that this, like last week, until I knew this airplane was coming out, I was dead set on buying that one. And yeah, now that I have this, yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting the flight factor. I've always wanted to fly 757. Alright, let's go to SayIntentions here. And let's go to... So LPFR is our... And you can follow this flight in SayIntentions if you want. I think it's like flight tracking at SayIntentions.com or something like that. But you can actually follow this flight and every flight that someone's doing on Say. Like you can fly, you can do it on. Same thing as what's the really popular one that starts with a V? VATSIM. That's cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that level. Like if it's like a just like. I actually hold, at this point, black square over all of them. Just the level of realism that I've seen, like, from what I've read in their airplanes and what I've seen, like, with that TBM 850 and the Duke and all that, like, their level of realism. Now, granted, they're not building airplanes like this, where it's a jumbo jet, but, yeah, if that's somewhere between Phoenix and PMDG, that'll be great. Yeah, that'll be awesome. All right, so we have an ACARS message, as we can see on our... You motherfucker. No, stop. Let's see what the message says. Yeah, see here? This pulled up ATIS. It didn't do it at Frankfurt, but yeah, it pulls up ATIS here. So right now we have arriving and departing runway is 10. We're supposed to be landing on runway 28. So let's get our... Look at our arrival real quick. So we have... I want to say it was the Lagu 1. Okay, Alga 8 Alpha. It's got to be this one here. Okay. And we don't have a transition. Let me make this, oh, I turn off dark mode. That really is in a bad spot for a mouse click. I keep on turning it off. Activating it. All right. Now, I was reading about the RCWS, the roll wheel. I forget what it stood for, but it doesn't seem like in this aircraft, if you were flying a cargo load, that would be good to turn on. That's supposed to help keep the plane from rolling over. I forget what the acronym is. It's something stabilization, but something wing stabilization, I think. That, and then the high deceleration rate, you know, approach, like, you know, I guess you could turn those on. I don't know. That's it. Roll control, wheel steering. That's it. Yeah. So what I was reading about, it seemed like that was much better to use when you are in like a really heavy aircraft. I guess I can turn it on then. Let me turn it on, see if we see a difference. Now, tape displays, I didn't see any kind of different displays. I was looking. I'm not sure where I thought they showed up. I thought it was going to change the standby controls, but nothing on their website really says what it changes. Alright, let's go back to charts. Let's look at runway 10. Alright, so we have 3,500 feet. And we are looking... we don't need to change anything yet. Plus, we never put a runway in the system to begin with. We should come in here and at least set up our descent schedule while we have a minute. So let's plug our descent schedule in. Right now, LPFR is having... let's see here. Wind's calm. Alright, so there's no real wind advisory. So we'll just make up something for now. We'll just say 180 by 2. Plug in briefing plan again. Go to our descent schedule here. Alright, descent forecast. So let's do 31,000 feet. 327,052. This is the same thing you have to do on the PMDG 737 as well. At least on the Microsoft 2020 version, the last time I flew it, it didn't pull in this data automatically. 777 does. But I don't believe that maybe the 737 does now in 2024. I have yet to buy it. I refuse to buy it at this point. Just because of how horrible it looks. From what I've seen. And heard with the engine sounds and all that. I might wait to buy that until the next update. I'm gonna get it. It's just I just don't see the value in getting it just yet. Alright, dew point, temperature is 13. Insert that in. Alright, progress. Fuel's looking good. We should have plenty of fuel for this trip. I mean, I plugged in a minimum of 500 kilograms for landing. I have, 50 for MEL, 50 kilograms. I have 30 for ATC, 10 minutes for weather. Very smart pilot instructed me on how to do that one. Very smart pilot from Chicago. I almost feel like we should watch something. Like watch a movie or something. Last time I did that, the stream got taken down. Maybe just put on some music in the background. Maybe. Yeah, chase plane is pretty nice. It's a really nice set of features that chase plane has available. Yeah, and all these you can really customize where you want it, where you want the camera to show up. You can rename all these, which I did the other day, actually. I spent some time putting all these in, and yeah, it didn't save, but I guess it didn't save because it's experimental, maybe. One thing I like a lot with this this system here is that they have these binoculars you can use. So like if you're trying to find the runway, you can like zoom in. Like I think that's a really dope thing they have available with this. And in cinematic mode, of course, is pretty cool. Because sometimes when you leave it too long in cinematic mode, it'll do the flyby. And then sometimes that kind of messes things up a little bit with like getting back into the cockpit. Yeah, that's a good tool, and this one here as well, the flow. Yeah, this one's great. The way you can customize all this for each individual airplane, pretty cool. Yeah, let's see what's, am I still in display capture? Yes, I am. Let's pull up. Well, yeah, so anyways, with the MD-11, you do get, I mean, you can access this now. You don't have to own the plane for this. But yeah, the extended simulation thing, it's like an extra $10, and you can use it to arm failures. I mean, that's okay. I'm guessing they had to do a separate app for it or programming reasons, I would think. Here's the checklist that I was using online a moment ago when we were. You can check all these off as you're going down the list, which is pretty cool. I don't know another airplane that you can do that online like this, so it's pretty cool. It's just uploading this into SayIntentions. Well, you know, we could try it. Let's try it while we're flying. Anyone? Let's go to checklist tuner. Let's see if anybody has done this one yet. Let's do TDFI. Yeah, see, nobody's done it yet. All right, so he imported one. Let's see, 22 items, 20. No, that's not correct. So let's do, we'll create it ourselves. All right, let's see here. MD-11. Okay, so we'll do TDFI. We're gonna create from PDF. All right, let's see if this does this. I don't know if it's gonna do it while we're flying or not. We'll see. Probably check on our flight and make sure we're still flying. Let's see here. Yep, no warning lights. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be able to pull everything in. I do like that you can do, you can really customize the response and the action of the co-pilot in here. You can, and I think there's a way to make some things automated, like where it'll flip the switch automatically. I thought I saw that somewhere. I could be wrong with that. I know some of these, when you flip the switch, like some of these items you can actually, like if you toggle the battery switch or taxi lights or whatever, like it'll check it off automatically for you and they'll move to the next item. Ah, here we go. All right, so MD-11 normal checklist. Yeah, see, it doesn't separate the checklist. That's the thing. It just brings them all into here. So yeah, you would have to go in and set this up manually, which is no problem. If it's something where I think I'm gonna use again, I'll do it. I have other aircraft set up, but yeah. See here, flight tracker. So there's 551 people live right now across the country. Let's see here. Where our plane is. Can I search on here? I thought I could search. Yeah, I don't care about 3D view. You can set up virtual airways as well. Like some of these are virtual, like this one here. This FDX virtual. All right, let's see if we can find ourselves. Yeah, I'm not partnered. I guess that's why that doesn't show up. They probably won't want to partner with me since I badmouth them all the time. All right, let me see where we're at on here. Somewhere between France and Switzerland. Here we go. What the hell was that? What kind of airways is this? It says, oh, it still says all about aviation. We got to change that. I'll have to change that later. Yeah, that's a cool feature, and Navigraph has a really cool feature, so I'm sure you guys know about their telematics that they have, where they can, like, gives you all, like, the ground speed and destination. I think this is awesome. Bank angle, GPS track, climb gradient. You can plug weather into it. I mean, they've really upped their game over the years, Navigraph. It's pretty cool. Alright, let me see if I can change my name. Let me turn off display capture. Just for a moment. I just want to make sure none of my pertinents get out of there. What music is playing right now?
World 1123, Belgrade approach. Identified. Good evening, clear Delta transition.
Oh no, that is very interesting. Why is that on my music channel? So music is cable D. SayIntentions should be cable A. Yeah, that is very strange. I don't have them for cable D at all. Huh. Let me look at my sound settings. Unless I have it. No, SayIntentions is cable A is there as well. Oh, I know why it's doing it there. Because I have Microsoft Edge open. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So, when you are tracking the airplane on their flight map, you can listen to the radios. That's pretty cool. So that's why it was picking up radio chatter just now on the wrong line input. Makes sense. Alright, let me get out of that screen then. Turn off the radios. There we go. Listen is off. Alright, account details. Alright, multiplayer, miscellaneous. Okay, account details. There we go. Display name. There we go. No BS flight sim. Profile name. Let's get rid of all about aviation. Using only lowercase letters, numbers, and underscores. Okay. There we go. That has been updated, so now it should show. Yep, now it shows up as no BS flight sim. I don't know what that thumbnail pictures. I'll have to fix that. It says something Airways. I haven't created a virtual airline, but maybe I should create like no BS Airways or something like that. Alright, so we are flying over France right now. Close out some of these windows. Let me bring up YouTube and see if there's something fun to watch on YouTube for a little bit.
Marcel Control, Eurowings 8 uniform call, flight level 380.
Eurowings 8 uniform call, radar contact.
History. Roadbox Predator. I'm a loser. Most disgusting predator we've ever seen. I'm here to help. Daryl Brooks. Hayes Cooking. Let's watch the Daryl Brooks show. This is always fun to watch. Give me a minute. Get the URL. Hey, we never put the banner up. Let's put the banner up. I always forget about that banner. You can turn music off. Put on tube.
Consent to being called by the name that this court chooses to identify me by. I want to state for the record that I'm here as a third-party interviewer on special appearance on behalf of my client. Can that be noted for the record?
Now, if nobody is familiar with Daryl Brooks, back in, I want to say it was November of 2021. It was either November of 2020 or November of 2021. He was driving his mom's SUV. He got into an argument with his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. They have a kid together. They got into an argument. There was a little bit of a fight, and he drives through the Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He kills 6 people, including a young child, like 8 or 9 years old, and injured another like 66 people. Like he had like 76 counts against him, and like 2 or 3 of the counts were like a domestic charge with his, with his ex-girlfriend. The other like 72 counts were all from hitting people and running people over. And if you haven't seen the vehicle, let me pull that up first let me give you a little context. Give me 1 second. Let me get that pulled up so you can see what the SUV looked like. Hang on 1 second. Let me deactivate them now so we can at least have a full screen here. History. Because, I mean, like, if you've hit a deer, you know what the front of a vehicle looks like after you hit a deer. His vehicle, it looked like he hit like 2 or 3 full-size, deers or bucks or... Okay, so I want to say, let's start at A7 real quick. All right, this could be the right one here. Okay. All right, that's not the right one. Okay, so it must be, let's try day 7, part 2. I'm looking. I'm just fast forwarding through everything. I'll find it here in a moment. Those are other witnesses. Okay, this is when he got arrested. Alright, that's his interrogation. Maybe it was like day 5 or 6. That's his interrogation. Alright, day 9, part 2. Okay, day 10, part 1. Viewing the SUV. That wasn't it. I think I missed it. I think it's like day 5, I think. Oh, wait a minute, maybe not. We might be onto something here. I think this is the guy that looked over his vehicle. Scanning through it now to see if I almost have it, I think. That's the inside of the vehicle, that's not the outside. I want to find the people that were the adjusters that appraised like the damage on the vehicle. Okay, that's his math boy McFly. Alright, let me go back to day 5 real quick. I want to say, here's day 5. Six. Seven. You know, in the meantime, I'm just going to play what I have. And then we can go from there. At least let me...
May it be noted again for the record, so that we can keep the record clear and accurate.
The appearances are as they were this morning. They are no different. Bring the jury up.
And we have yet to address subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, I got the vehicle now. Hang on a second.
I still haven't been shown any verified proof that...
He's a sovereign citizen as well. That certainly helps. Alright, so here is his vehicle. Look at that thing. That's from hitting people. That is from hitting people. That is crazy. I thought there was another close-up of the vehicle. This is what I've been doing. I've been like searching. I could have sworn if there was a much, like a closer picture of it. Yeah, I mean, just look at the damage on that. That is completely pushed in. This is from hitting people. 72 people. That's freaking great. So anyway, so he's getting ready to go off on this 50-minute rant about how the judge hasn't proven this and she hasn't proven that, and it should be a mistrial. And she just lets him go off on his sovereign tangent.
This court has subject matter jurisdiction, and at this point, may I request an affidavit that you, Your Honor, have no bias, no conflict of interest, and no interest in the outcome of this case?
Mr. Brooks, the jury's coming out. We'll address your legal issues later, if I deem them appropriate.
Judge, do you hold the full
Mr.
judicial
Brooks,
power of the state, or is this the military
Can
power?
you please take the jury out? Thank you.
Do you hold the full
Mr. Brooks, just wait
jurisdiction?
till the jury's out, please. I ask that you show that respect.
I will.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Now I can mute it for a few seconds and not stop it. Very good. That way, YouTube doesn't give me a strike. Don't give me any strikes, YouTube.
Everyone else can be, you all can be seated. Mr. Brooks, just make your statements. What do you want to
again
advise the court today?
I want to first state again for the record that I do not identify by that name.
So he doesn't go by Daryl Brooks anymore. He does not identify that name because it was in all capital letters on some document.
Do you have the full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
I'm sorry? I don't understand what you're asking me, sir.
I'm asking, is
Now,
this...
what legal basis are you making that request?
I'm asking for the record.
For the record, is this a common law court or an admiralty court? What are we in here? And I'm requesting an affidavit.
Did you, Your
that
Honor?
Your Honor, have no bias, no
conflict of interest,
or no interest in the outcome of this case.
The reason I asked this is because of the bias.
Mainly is because of the bias that's been shown. I have not been getting...
It's so easy to watch YouTube videos when you're flying this airplane because you don't hear anything. You don't hear the engines. Like the soundproofing of this old-ass airplane is much better than any other airplane built right now. Listen how quiet it is.
For anything that I may need, I've done that. I've complied with that. Every time I've needed something of the court pertaining to documents, I've done it the way the court has asked me. And I've always stated that I wanted everything to be certified. I have yet to even get that.
Our say control, good afternoon, okay.
Was not a certified copy.
So we got about 75 minutes till top of descent. I really could go 2x on the speed, but I'll leave I'm going to leave it running regular speed today. We're just going to...
You stated for the record that you would not
do a long... I took off of work today because I needed a break. I'm back to having PTO again. So I took today off.
My Sixth Amendment constitutional right that has been pretty much discarded. And that is based on the fact that I have the right to face my accuser.
And Daryl Brooks, if you're not familiar with this case, like the interactions he's had with the judge where he's like yelling at her and like, I mean, it is like he is, yeah, Math Boy Fly, as his stage name was called, Math Boy Fly. Yeah, he got some issues.
For the complaint to be provided.
Right.
The complaint from November 23 of 2020.
So his thing, oh yeah, I could never be that patient. Yeah, she was a saint. There was a different judge in the beginning, It was a guy, and then when he fired his counsel, when he fired the public defenders and took over his own case, that's when it switched to this judge. But yeah, he seems to think that he can get out of these charges because nobody filed a complaint. He says that the state of Wisconsin is an entity and therefore cannot bring a claim against him. So he's reading the Constitution, and in there it does say that, you know, you have a right to face your accuser. Well, he is saying since no living person has come forth, there can't be a claim. But like, and I am very surprised nobody in the galley, the judge, nobody ever said, dude, you killed 6 people. Like, how are they gonna file a claim against you? You know what I mean? Like, nobody said that, which I'm very surprised. I would have said it if I was there.
Into the record, even though they've been time stamped. I haven't got the original copies of any of them, which I'm supposed to get.
Yeah. I would have been sitting in the galley yelling up front.
And
like, you killed people!
As we sit here today, I'm still not even understanding the nature and cause of the charges. That hasn't even been proven.
He introduces himself every day as a third-party intervener on behalf of his client, the straw man, Daryl Brooks.
Are allowed to continue when there's so many things that have not been provided. They haven't been provided in my discovery.
That's funny.
They haven't been provided to me by being brought to my power.
And then, like, most of the time when people are, like, when the judge calls him Mr. Brooks or the DA, he's like, I don't consent to being called that name. He probably objected 1,000 times in that trial. They're saying, I don't consent to being called that name.
And if not,
almost like he was trying to disassociate himself from that person. And if I believe it, if I tell myself that
which relief can be granted,
it didn't happen, maybe it's true.
And everything that I'm saying, it has merit and it has validity. As we sit here today, I'm still being charged with charges that shouldn't even exist based on the testimony that we've heard for the last few days.
Right, because they said it was an entity.
There's so many things left to still be proven. The prosecution team hasn't even proven that they're licensed to practice law in Wisconsin. They haven't proven, are they just Bar Association members, or do they have state-issued licenses? That has not been proven, which I've raised that issue for the record. I'm not even sure if that was even recorded in the docket sheet.
Funny.
There's so many things, and Your Honor, you still haven't stated for the record if you have full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
Military power.
That hasn't been proven.
It's a fucking circuit court. She was elected to that office. You don't get elected if it's military power, buddy.
Nothing has been proven. Not subject matter jurisdiction, not licenses to practice law. My Sixth Amendment right.
I wonder what lifetime is right now. Let me see here.
No complaints have been shown. Neither of the 3 that I've requested, by the way that you told me to request them by inmate communication. Nothing is certified that I get copies of when I clearly asked for them to be certified and to be filed into the record. It's to the point where Your Honor,
you should recuse yourself.
You should recuse yourself from the presiding. At this point, if you're not going to
be fair and impartial,
that you swore.
Yeah, it is nice. It's not in your face like it usually is.
You swore
with this simulator
to protect the Constitution of the United States. You swore to protect we the people.
All right, so that's that.
That is not being
like
done
there.
Here. If every valid
and the lighting is really simple to use.
It's taken by the court as a sign of disrespect or a sign.
It reminds me of Boeing a little bit, like with these kind of switches here, but it's really nice.
Causing a problem when I'm merely seeking understanding, because I don't understand. I'm merely seeking to understand why this information has yet to be provided, and we're this far into this matter. And there's still no verified proof. Even as I sit now saying this, there's still no proof being provided. Zero. How is this case allowed to
hang on, I got a message from YouTube. Hang on a second. Let me see. Say anything about Oh no, it just says stream is healthy. Okay, that's good.
She is incorrect. Why there's so much on the document.
Oh, here we go. Here's the ATIS finally.
Not even in there.
From Frankfurt,
It
finally showed up.
The recordings of the record they received was brought up numerous times. That doesn't even show up. I'm just asking for Your Honor to be fair, which is another right that I have: the right to a fair trial and the right to an impartial jury. I can go on and on and on about what's not being done. I have, again, I say I have the right to face my accuser. Where's the injured party? Who's making the claim? I asked Your Honor numerous times for Your Honor's name. You wouldn't answer. I asked, did you have a claim against me? You did not answer.
The way the clouds are lit up, like underneath, that's pretty nice.
Have a claim against me? No one said anything. Which you stated for the record, a non-responsive answer. A non-responsive answer is an agreement, which would be a tactic agreement by you, Your Honor, that you don't have to answer these questions that you should be answering.
See another plane out there across the wing.
That right. The plaintiff
wow,
in this
see a lot of planes actually. Here's one here.
Stated by witnesses.
One here.
In testimony to be the state of Wisconsin. But when I asked, do they see the state of Wisconsin present in the courtroom? The question.
Another one all the way out in the distance.
A valid question.
That traffic injector is pretty cool.
Should be present.
I want to try a different one though. I've been using that FSLTL forever. I need to fly that other one. There's another one that's
because
maybe, isn't that FS realistic? Is that? I don't think that's a flight.
It has to be a living, breathing human being. No one is stated for the record if they're the injured party. Not Your Honor, not the prosecutors, not anyone in the court has stated to be an injured party in this matter. No.
And therefore,
not one person. I have the right to demand that the court place in the evidence any unrevealed contract. Has that been provided to me? Have that been placed in the evidence? I would like to see it, which is my right. I have the right to inform the jury about the truth in their duty, in their rights.
All right, let's make sure we have the correct altitudes here for descent.
To shut the question down when
at least according to the chart.
Information that the jury should be privileged to know, they deserve to know. Once they were chosen to sit on this jury, why are we keeping information away from them?
Let me mute his voice for a moment so YouTube doesn't get mad. All right, so Erdis, yeah, see, look at that, flight level, above flight level, or flight level 7,000, but we're supposed to be at a speed of 298 or above. Really, guys? Let's see where we're at next. All right, and then Gimel, we're at 7,000 as well. All right, let's put in runway 10.
And these are all valid things. I have the right to protest and object if any of my rights or demands are not being met. I've done that numerous times, only to be shut down. Numerous times. I've raised the issues that I didn't consent to anything that may have been suggested on behalf of my former attorneys. I've never even consented to them making a plea on my behalf. I haven't, as a matter of fact,
not see our star anymore.
Plea, I haven't even had the opportunity to entertain any plea that may have been suggested by the prosecution. We haven't even talked about that.
Insert.
Not one time was it ever brought to my attention that the prosecution even wanted to offer a plea. That's another issue.
Yeah, see, this is what happened last time with the flight plan, too.
Which I've done numerous times.
Let's see it. Does it show
I have the
the...
right to demand that the code be construed in harmony
See,
with
look,
the
when you
common
put the
law. I
runway
just
in,
raised that.
when you put the runway in, it gets rid of the arrival information here. That is very strange to me, that it would do that.
No restrictions imposed upon licensed attorneys, which this court is well aware that I am not a licensed attorney. In fact, the court is also aware that I've
there's
had
Gimel.
3 days to prepare for a trial that the prosecution has been prepared for a whole year.
The Gimel's right here.
We see these boxes.
So that
right
makes
here.
sense if Gimel's
This
there.
box alone is 45 or 50 pounds full of so much information. I haven't even gone through half of it.
Okay, 230. Okay, so that's okay.
It was
FR
stated for the record that
728.
the discovery, in its entirety, was brought to my housing unit on the 29th of September, which trial was scheduled. That would be a Thursday.
Okay, so we have
Trial was scheduled for Monday.
RUW1B.
How can I possibly go through all that, all the paperwork, all the digital discovery and things of that nature? How can
Yeah,
I
so
go
here's
through all of that
RUW1B, and then we
be
have
prepared in
LVAR.
3 days?
It just doesn't
That's
give
a
us
clear
the
bias. I did not have time
the
to prepare for
waypoints.
this. Everything I'm doing is
That
off
is
the
very
top of
strange
my
to me
head,
why it would do that.
winging it, taking it as it comes. When the court is well aware that I was not prepared, I raised the issue that it should be an adjournment, at least. At the minimum, it should be an adjournment because of that fact. At least to let me go through all the discovery. That was denied.
Interesting.
No valid reason was stated for that when Your Honor knew there is no possible way, humanly possible, that I could be ready for a trial of this magnitude in 3 days. That's
Yeah,
clear
that's very
bias.
strange that it just gets rid of... Now, they're going to descend us anyways, I'm sure, like they usually do, but that's just very strange
That's under Article 3
that it gets rid of
I raised that issue again. Where's the inter-party?
the
Is
information.
the inter-party present in court right now? Can anyone make a claim against me? Can you make a claim against me, Your Honor?
Hello, Daryl.
Do you know of anyone that can make a claim against me, Your Honor? Can anyone right now in court, anyone, make a claim against me?
For that.
And because of that, Your Honor, the motion to dismiss should be granted based on that alone. There's no inter-party in this matter. So who makes
And
the
it won't
claim?
let us put it just a ring, it looks like.
Who?
Alright. Let's look again at this.
I have the right to put the judge on notice of my intent to appeal.
Just checking in to
And
see if
any
you're the first
ruling
officer with
this
anything to drink or a snack. By the way, did you hear about the developer who made our AI? They said it was a bite of a joke.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Thanks, Mara. Can you get myself a bottle of water and Long Duck Dong? Can you get him a cup of coffee, please?
Sure thing. I'll get you a bottle of water and a cup of coffee for Long Duck Dong right away.
which I do at the beginning. I have the right to say what I want and to be heard under the First Amendment.
This is missed approach
And when
right
I
here.
attempt to do that, it's taken as a slight to the court, a disrespect to the court, or me intentionally coming into the court to be disrespectful.
Unless that
which I've stated
approach
that
is
that
not available
not
with
my
runway
intention.
10.
Never is it my intention. I never
Which could
intend
be.
to walk into
See what they say
your
here.
courtroom, Your Honor, and be disrespectful intentionally. I never come into this courtroom to disrespect anyone. But because I don't understand, I raise these issues because they have validity.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I have the right to object to any statement made by the judge or the prosecution. I've done that and been
Okay,
repeatedly
arrivals
shut
for
down.
runway 28. Oh, is this for runways 28? Okay.
Without a lawful explanation. I've repeatedly asked the court for a motion for a finding of fact to determine if things are being
mute myself for a second,
legally.
guys.
I've been denied that numerous times without merit, which is also my right.
Just wanted to let you know that I'll have your bottled water as long as
I have the right to recuse the judge at any time, which is also a right. I have the right to a speedy and fair trial by impartial jury. I think it's safe to say that my speedy trial right has definitely been violated because this matter has been taking place for roughly a year. I've never consented to waiving anything related to a speedy trial. And if that was done, it was done without my consent or without my knowledge. We're way past the speedy trial date. Way past. When the change of venue motion was brought up. I believe that was the first time I came before Your Honor in early March. I want to say March 11th of this year, when the change of venue motion came into play. It was decided by Your Honor that wouldn't be decided until the 20th of June, I believe. That's over the 90-day mark right there for a speedy trial. That was denied, and I still don't understand how that was denied when it's
Verizon supposedly down all across the country. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have to change our approach here. We have SOTAX. And we have SOTAX here. So SOTAX 6K. Okay, yeah, we'll just do that one. SOTAX 6K, we'll set that up. Tank 3, limited quantity, tank 1. Really, we really are low on fuel. I wonder why the airplane didn't load up fuel before we left. Hang on a second. I can't do that. Alright, let me contact Porto LTU 369er. We need to be diverted from our destination. We are low on fuel. Can you please find us a suitable airport to start descending into, please? Let's just pause the game real quick. Oh, fuck, I can't. Alright, okay. Let me give... So let's go into heading mode. Let me turn off Daryl Brooks. Alright, so we're in heading mode. Let's, what do you say? Descend.
369er, contact Bordeaux control on 133.78.
Contact Bordeaux control on 133.78, the LTU 369er. Bordeaux control, good evening, LTU 369er heavy. Currently flight level 410, descending down to flight level 100. We're diverting to Toulouse Airport, LFEO. Lima Foxtrot Bravo Oscar.
LTU 369er, Bordeaux control, identified, good evening. Bordeaux control, Ryanair 71 Golf Golf, flight level 370. Ryanair 71 Golf Golf, radar contact.
Alright, let's look at
LTU 369er, Bordeaux control, expect the Lembe 8 November arrival. I'll have you descending in just a moment.
Roger that. We'll hold off on your descent instructions. LTU 369er heavy. Okay.
LTU 369er, Bordeaux control, cleared Lembe, 8 November into Blagnac. At your discretion, descend flight level 290.
LFBO. Nope, that's not right. Oh no, we're locked in the tablet again. Oh no, we're not. Oh my god, I thought for a second we got locked inside the tablet like we did the other day. Alright, what kind of...
Request IFR clearance to Karuna, speedboat 01. Cleared, Karuna, Calc 5 Bravo departing runway 12, initial climb 5,000, departure 127.45,
right.
score
8 November.
5254, speedboat 01.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to Faro. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seat belts. The use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
LTU 369er, descend flight level 170.
Descend flight level 170, LTU 369er. LMB8. Nope, that's the wrong one there. See, start a LPP. Come on, man. Come on, for $90. This is what we get for $90. We click on LFBO. Let me just put in a new waypoint. Let me just put in... Alright, we'll put in AGN. Is that in there right now? I thought I saw AGN. Okay, so we have AGN there. Alternate. Alright, so we're landing on 32 left. Let's at least... The 109.3321. 109.3321. 109.3321. 109.3321. 117.7. Will you please vector us to Lima, to our new airport, please?
LTU 369, turn left heading 075 vectors for the ILS runway 32 left approach.
Turn left holding 075 vectors for the ILS runway 32 left approach. LTU 369 are heavy. Send flight level 150, LTU 369 are heavy. Alright, so there's 075. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know.
Cross Oakville at or above flight level 090.
Altitude.
Cross Oakville at or above flight level 090, LTU 369 or heavy. Alright, so let's get to 9,000.
LTU 369. Contact civil control on 132.6.
Contact civil control 132.6, LTU 369 or heavy. Civil control, LTU 369 or heavy, currently descending through 5,000 feet for the ILS 32 left approach into Bordeaux. See, look. Lateral revision from LFBO, right? Okay, enable alternate to LFBO. Not allowed. Great. $90. This airplane is $90. And if we click on start, look. LPPT. So I think what I'm going to do is... First, hang on, let me look at our... I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. What I was going to do was... erase LPPT from here if I could, and okay, we'll have them vector us. Chad, handle the comms for the rest of the flight.
Can you repeat that?
Don't worry about it, Chad. I'll take care of it. Thanks anyways, though.
Altitude.
No worries, bro. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Announcement made, and I'll check that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Faro. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly return your tray tables to their upright position, and ensure your seats are fully upright with your seatbelts fastened. The weather in Faro is looking lovely, so we hope you enjoy your time there.
Thank you, Chicago. Hopefully I'll have flaps this time.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, so there's LFBO. Alright, what is our barometer right now? $119.
Altitude.
I'm gonna head a little bit
Altitude.
farther away. I'm gonna go on a 100-degree heading. See if they say anything about that.
Rear control, this is Ascot 1959, flight level 207, squawking 3314, IFR to Lima Echo Mike Golf, 1959. Ascot 1959, civil control, identified. Good evening. Good evening, control, good evening. 1959. LTU 369, turn left, heading 070.
Turn left heading 070, LTU 369er heavy. I don't think we need to dump any fuel, since we're low anyways. We are above 5,000 feet, which is good. If we needed to, but... And we do have our 9.3 and 321. Contact Bordeaux Control 133.78, LTU 369er heavy. Bordeaux Control, good evening, LTU 369er heavy, currently at 8,000 feet, ready for the 32 left approach into Bordeaux.
LTU 369er, Bordeaux Control identified. Good evening.
Oh, we're still 85 miles away. Holy shit. Alright, let's speed up a little bit again. I thought we were a lot closer. Let's go to we'll just go to 240. Alright, well, looks like we were cut short a little bit on this flight. I clicked on fuel. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with diverting, but we'll leave it at nighttime. We'll see how it is. We landed daytime last time. The lights look really good coming off the airplane, like the way the clouds in the background, like the lighting is fantastic. We're at 73 frames a second. Just not sure why
LTU 369er, Bordeaux Control, turn right, heading 090.
turn right heading 090, LTU 369er heavy. I'm sure the ground is beautiful out there right now. We're passing over mountains and all kinds of stuff, but we'll leave it at nighttime. We don't really do too many nighttime type landings. We can do a flaps 50 landing. Look at that. I don't know why it's not giving us a landing distance. Oh, calculate. I haven't calculated it. All right, so minimum's okay. Flaps 50. It's in one of these airplanes where it's got a huge discrepancy between like full flaps and almost full flaps. The other plane is the Q400. That thing's got a huge discrepancy. R2 set for minimum. We have this armed already. We're at 8,000 feet. $68 miles to Toulouse.
LTU 369, our contact Blagnac approach on 121.105.
Contact Blagnac approach on 121.105. LTU 369 are heavy. Blagnac approach, LTU 369 are heavy, currently at 8,000 feet, ready for the 3-2 left approach into Bordeaux. Sorry, Toulouse.
Contact approach identified. Pulse 1 meter. LTU 369, understood Toulouse. Continue approach for ILS runway 32 left.
Probably not much else we need to do for landing. Landing gear, flaps and slats, spoilers are already armed, and missed approach altitude set. Which, missed approach altitude would be... Hey, for $90 next time, TDFI, $90, how about you show the airplane on the chart? How about that? How about we do that for 90 bucks? Because I can do that, like, on a... You know, on a $45 airplane from Just Flight, or a $30 airplane from Black Square. Just saying. $90. All right, missed approach is 4,000. Approach elevation is about 500 feet. I don't think we have to put that in anywhere.
LTU 369, turn left heading 070.
Turn left holding 070. LTU 369 are heavy. We're still like 50 some miles away. I wish I would have known, like, I wish I would have been able to update our nav properly, but for 90 bucks we can't operate the alternate anything. Yeah, I agree with not being able to refuel the plane in the air. That was okay. I was okay with that. But man, for $90, we should be able to have an FMC where we can at least plug in the info. Length and elevation. The elevation is, say, 500. And the length is... I saw it. I know it wasn't on this chart, but that's okay. 1,500 meters? 1,300? No, it's not it. Let's go here. Let's go runways. $485 feet. Feet. $499. Alright, so that doesn't work. That's good. Way to go, guys. Way to go for $90. Turn right heading 090, LTU 369 or heavy. Currently, we have about 6,300 kilograms of fuel on board. Do you think we need to dump any fuel? LTU 369 heavy. I just want to see what they say.
LTU 369, fuel quantity is your responsibility. Advise if you need assistance.
Just wanted to see what they would say. And we only got about 40 miles left. I think to make up for this shitty airplane, I think we have to fly a real airplane tonight. We may have to fly like a Phoenix A320 or even the fly-by-wire one. The fly-by-wire that's free, I think is a better, airplane than this one. At least that one, you can operate the MDCU and the flight management computer. You can at least operate that with an alternate route, and it pulls up the right info. I wouldn't be so pissed if it wasn't a super expensive airplane. That just sounds like shit. It looks great. It looks fantastic. The cockpit interactions are great. Like, I love the way that I like the airplane a lot, other than the sounds and some of the systems. But I mean, with a couple of tweaks, they could fix this kind of thing. That's the thing. Like, somebody had to listen to this. Somebody on their development team had to listen to this airplane and was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good. That sounds great." Like, "Oh yeah, these engines sound great." this autopilot system, you have to pull the knob out like every time you want to do something. It's kind of like an Airbus. Like you can turn the heading all you want, but until you click on it, it won't do anything. Alright, PPN.
Departure from 634 down the Victor with you climbing 4000.
Top Suite 34 Romeo Victor, climb flight level 210.
LTU 369 and 10 left heading 065.
Turn left heading 065, LTU 369 or heavy. I would imagine they're going to have us descend again here pretty soon, being that we're like 30 miles out. Because the glide slope capture point's about 3,000 feet from what I remember looking at. Yeah, like even this number here, like we should, for 90 bucks, we should be able to change these parameters in the engine. You know what I mean? Like we should be able to set, you know, if this, I don't think this is RNP or ANP, but like required, or like I think this is like the pressure EPR rating here. Like we should be able to change that kind of thing. There's no way to do it. Let's do like a landing at dusk, I guess. Let's turn on a little bit of the outside lights. Something like that. Yeah, that's better. At least we can see the clouds now and stuff. Where are you? Under my feet. Weather is currently 10:19.
LTU 369 and 10 right heading 100.
Turn right heading 100, LTU 369 or heavy. I like how the lights show up against the clouds. That's pretty cool. Proceed direct Charlie Foxtrot 32 Lima, descend altitude 3000 until establishing a localizer. Cleared for the 3-2 left approach, and roger that on speed below 210 knots, LTU 369er heavy. Alright, so we have to go here. We're a little high for where we should be at. Let's go flaps 1. Alright, landing is armed. See, what is it doing? You click on nav, it should have... See, that's the same thing that happened the other day. You click on nav, it should line you up for the ILS. Not this bullshit that it's doing.
2500.
That's why we flew it by hand the other day.
2500.
I think I will just fly it by hand. Yeah, we're just gonna fly it by hand.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
still about 15 miles out.
Altitude.
Set 4,000. That's the go around.
LTU 369, contact Blackneck Tower on 118.1.
Chad, handle the comms for us on landing, please.
Got it, bro. I'll handle the comms for landing.
Altitude.
Departure for the evening is 176 passing at 2,700 feet. Easy 176, Blackneck departure identified. Climb via the bid. Climb by the bid. Easy 176. Easy 176, climb flight level 220.
2,500.
Alright. Landing flaps are set. Still flying by hand. I am doing manual throttle, by the way. Which I probably shouldn't be doing, but okay. Still holding at almost 60 frames a second.
Glide slow.
1,000.
Glide slow. 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 Glide slow.
500.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Approaching minimum.
Glide slow.
400.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide
Minimum.
slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
300.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
200.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
100.
Glide slow. Sink rate. Glide slow.
50. 40.
Glide slow.
30. 10.
Sink rate. Glide slow.
Well, I've never seen a positive rate before, but we'll take it. I think if I had automatic thrusters, that would probably be better. Yeah, I'm not even taxiing this bitch, man. This $90 airplane. Fuck out of here. All right, SayIntentions is gone. What time is it? 4:30. I'll probably be back a little bit later. I'm gonna do some digging, see what other flights I can dig up. Yeah, for $90, unless they come out with a patch that fixes these engines and fixes some of these systems, don't buy it. Buy Flight Factor instead. Buy Phoenix. If you really need a Mad Dog, I mean, buy it. But you know, it's fun. It's a fun airplane to fly. You know, the buttons are nice. It's just, it sucks for $90. It's a dumb fucking airplane for $90. I told you. What's that? If it's dumb, I'll say it's dumb. It's a dumbass airplane for $90. Anyways, I'll be back probably in a few hours. Maybe even an hour. I just want to find another flight to do. And I'll probably be back. Got to make a thumbnail. Anyways, all right. I will see y'all later on the next episode of the No Bullshit Flight Sim. Formerly the All About Aviation show. Formerly. Anyways, I don't know why I think that's funny, but I'll see y'all next time. See ya.